this much cabbage this week. 2 weeks from now, you plant this much cabbage. Then it's going to mature over a period of time. I do that with green beans. I gamble every year. The end of August, early part of September, I plant green beans. And half the time I have fresh green beans for Thanksgiving. Go out in my garden and pick them. Anybody else? You got 3 minutes. Okay.
So what do you like string beans, pole beans, or bush beans?
Depends how much space I've got.
Okay.
If I've got lots of space, I'll do bush beans. If I have limited space, I'll do pole beans.
Okay. Do you find the pole beans more stringy than the bush beans?
Depends what variety I buy.
Okay.
You can get blue lakes that are bush beans and pole beans, and they don't have strings. Tenderette is another one that doesn't have strings.
Okay. Would it say
You're making me think.
Would it say so on the packages?
No.
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 You just have to try it and say not that one again. Okay.
Also like pencil wax beans. Yellow wax bean. The name is pencil.
Pencil. Okay. And they're not stringy.
I don't think so. Questions?
What are your thoughts on perlite? Mixing in some perlite with the compost and native soil.
What does perlite do?
Aerates?
It aerates. No, perlite does not absorb water.
Okay.
Perlite aerates. It makes the soil lighter. Vermiculite holds the water. Okay. Now, if you're going to plant in a container about that big around, splurge and get the Miracle Grow that's got the polymer in it that holds the moisture.
Oh, yeah.
Splurge and do that. We've done experiments with that too, and it does work.
I did. I did.
Any other questions, Charlie? No? Anybody got a question? Surely the gardener's got a question.
No.
No?
Oh.
All right.
Well, some of that stuff was moldy.
We were.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We were discussing on what to put in his raised garden area over there, and we had some mulch way out in the back. Then we had some topsoil over here. Then I had some bags of anyway, I had some bags of garden soil and Miracle Grow with all the good stuff in it. So I'm telling him you need to mix all of it. No.
Miracle Grow. Miracle Grow, when they put it in a bag like that, it's already got the compost in the soil.
So you just put that in there.
Straight in.
Well, now what I've done over there, I've got the bottom 2/3 of the bed with the natural topsoil.
Yeah.
And then I got the mixed soil. It sounds like that made a nursery the next little bit,
And
then
it
I put.
compacts.
Huh?
Yes.
As it finishes decomposing, it compacts, it shrinks.
Yeah, but then I put some of that bag stuff on top,
Yeah.
but it was moldy and I didn't like the smell of it, so I dug it out.
The Miracle Grow shouldn't be moldy.
Well, there was a bag of some of it was
Yeah.
kind of moldy, white string
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the mold.
yeah. That is partially because the composting elements haven't finished decomposing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's okay.
Well,
I
you
didn't like
need
the
to
smell of
let it sit out in the sun and dry out, and because that mold will have spores. And if you've got undecomposed wood chips or something, browns, it's primarily the browns in your compost, it will mold again when it gets moist.
And it's the smell of it I didn't like. I mean, everything back east has that kind of mold on it. And what?
You garden the way I garden. Does it look right? Does it smell right? Does it feel right? Of course, that goes back to my grandfather.
Yeah.
He would taste the soil and
Well,
tell me
no, I
what he
haven't
needed
done
to
that
add.
yet.
Yeah.
Linda over here. In fact, you'll have to go by and look at her garden.
I will,
area.
I will.
She has a wide variety of gardening techniques going on over there.
Good.
It's not, tomatoes are the only vegetable because I go to the cafeteria.
What was my first rule of gardening? If you aren't going to eat it, don't grow it. I love
But
it.
all my life I vegetable garden, so, and I was in New York State, so I'm really getting educated here.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I found the soil when I first worked here
it's all.
Among other things that we talked, what I did was to buy worms.
Oh, yeah.
And that,
Worm
that
castings.
helped a lot.
The first year I had a garden out here, my husband said, God, that garden looks great. And I looked at him and I looked back at my garden and I said, it's passable fare. Because it was a poor looking garden, because we put all those ashes on it and I tried to lower the pH and he thought it was a great looking garden. Another funny story, and then I'll stop. My husband would not eat salads. He would not eat salads. I could not get him to eat salads. The second winter we were here, I put a winter garden in. I would go out, pick my greens, bring them in, make a salad. He'd say, salad's good. What'd you do different? Didn't say a word to him. Finally, I said, they're fresh. The sugar is still in the cells. He will eat any salad I put in front of him now. There is a difference between fresh and what you buy in the store. And if you're going to buy lettuce in the store, look at the cut end. The longer it's been cut, the redder or rusty color that cut end will be. If it's pretty much white, you know it's less than a week
The
old.
only thing is, they go through and cut those off so it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, well. All right.
I have two questions.
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
In regards to lettuce, is it true to cut it at night or early in the morning before the sun starts the photosynthesis process because of the sugar?
I tend to, in the wintertime, I pick my lettuce after the sun has gone down, which, it's 4 o'clock, sun's going down. Lettuce is not a summer crop, so I don't pick it in the summer. If we have an overcast day, you're still gonna have sugar in it. Next question.
In regards to raised beds, what's
Yes.
the best wood to use?
Best wood?
Wood that you get for free that's not been treated.
Have you used cedar fencing, fresh cut cedar fencing?
Yeah,
I hear cedar's good.
Cedar works. My husband's a woodworker, so we tend to use whatever. My beds at home, we made them from scratch, and I wanted them 12 foot long and 10 foot long, so we use pine, 1 by 10 pine. But you have to, with pine, it'll warp, so about every 2 feet, he's got a 4 by 4 that he's drilled into, so the pine board holds. The other thing we did on that is on every 4 by 4, he has bracketed a piece of Schedule 40 PVC, so my row covers, my hoops can go in and the row cover can go over it.
There you go, Linda.
You can use it in the summer if
you
you've
have
got
to come
cabbage back. worms, you can use it in the winter to keep the cold off.
You have to come back now.
On this one over here, I just used some 1 by on the outside, up and down. On the inside, there's some as well. But they are warping quite a bit,
Yeah.
so if I did it again, I'd put wider boards inside.
4 by 4s and 3 screws, top, middle, and bottom, to hold it to that 4 by 4.
Yeah, but 4 by 4s are kind of expensive around here. We used to have miles of them, but at any rate.
He had them left
Yeah.
over from another project.
Yeah.
What can I say?
what's
You all have been a great audience.
Thank you.
very much.
You have great information.
Oh, can we get a copy of your 10 questions and all that stuff?
I will send it to Charlie, and or I can send it directly to you if you give me your email address.
Send it to me and I'll,
Yeah.
give it to him.
And then